Hello, everyone. We have an amazing show for you today. As you know, more and more there are opportunities to use your cryptocurrency as collateral to get a loan. And, the list goes on what you can do with that. And having those opportunities is huge. So, myBlock is presenting something a little bit more specialized, and I'd like to get into those details today. So let's break it down. Hello, hello. Welcome back to A Day on myBlock. I'm Jen Day, and of course, I have Ty and Mark with us today.
Hello, Mark.
Thanks for having us.
So today we're talking about myBlock specifically and having the opportunity to use a token or cryptocurrency as collateral for a loan and then being able to invest with it. So how does myBlock utilize this, and what more interesting specialized opportunities are part of the myBlock platform?
Okay. Well, Mark, you may want to touch base on some of the what I'd call the lenders in the Web3 space. But I had a meeting 2 weeks ago with a traditional more lender that I've been lucky enough to work with in the past, and they have provided substantial loans to the group, to me. And when I'm talking substantial loans, I'm talking north of 25 million multiple times. And so they're not only very interested, they already have a product. Traditional lenders already have a product based on crypto. And from a token perspective, I know you're going to touch base on one aspect of it where they could take the myBlock, the token for a specific property and borrow, but they're even open to, if somebody has X amount of Bitcoin, they'll basically be the custodians of that, I guess is the best way to say it. And they would give a loan based upon their Bitcoin holdings. So, if traditional lenders are already ready to do that, just predicated on crypto holdings, that screams to me that there's companies out there that you're familiar with that are 100% in the crypto space. And I was hoping maybe you do a little deeper dive on some of those companies and how they do it and how that could associate back to myBlock.
Sure. Um, the landscape we're exploring in this discussion has a fancy word called DeFi, which stands for decentralized finance. Decentralized connoting there's no more humans. So let's do a simple use case. Alice comes along and she sends some stable coin over to the smart contract for Soma, and she receives a Soma token. Soma is a property. She looks at her Soma token, which represents ownership in the property, and she wants to use it as collateral for a loan. She can walk that over to a platform like Nexo, NEXO, or Camino, and she can hand it to a smart contract on that platform and in return receive stable coins and put that to work. Very simple Sesame Street use case. On in the future, you can do that on myBlock, and it'll be done in an automated way with a smart contract.
Okay. So what you're saying is that a Nexo per se or Camino, if I come in and I buy, $100,000 of a property, that normally if I were to buy the property outright by myself, I would need 1 million, 5 million, whatever amount of money. But I have $100,000 that I'd like to put to use today on a specific trophy building or property in my neck of the woods, so to speak, right? And so based on that, I can then take that money and now I can go to a Nexo and get a loan off of that. In plain English, that's what you're saying. That's what Nexo's doing.
Yeah,
And,
Well, I mean, they've
they're
been
already
around for
doing it, and what are they
oh,
like? What are they like? In terms of a trading, loaning, what are they? How much money do they have out there? Couple hundred billion that they're lending out on? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
I don't know.
Okay.
I know that Nexo's been around for years, and my colleagues use them all the time. Some of these platforms are centralized, and other ones are decentralized. We mentioned Camino a moment ago. There's just so many. There's Drift, there's Camino, there's Aave is one of the OGs that got the party started. And
Yeah, a
lending and
huge article on
borrowing,
Aave yesterday, by the way.
yeah,
So is Aave, are they centralized or decentralized?
decentralized.
They're decentralized.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And they got the party started. 2020 in the summer was called DeFi summer. And as whatever the hell else was going on the planet, it was a very colorful year. DeFi launched in Web3. And these were the first instances of blockchain and smart contracts being used without human beings in the middle, where a lender and a borrower can meet and collateralize something and take a loan. And like I said, these are very simple use cases. In DeFi, there's much more sophisticated use cases like liquidity pools, yield. You start to add staking and liquid staking. So when we think about the idea of crypto plus real estate equals MyBlock plus DeFi equals unbelievable use cases in the future. And this is on the roadmap.
Okay, so Aave for everyone listening, so that's AAVE. And yeah, so I mean we're not here to plug people. I mean I could sit here and plug June Shine if I want to, but anyway, I won't do that.
Well, I wanted to interject because I was fortunate enough to go to the Bitcoin conference this year.
Okay.
And that was a really interesting experience for me because I'm one of the newer people in the crypto space, a little bit newer to Bitcoin, and so I was kind of just taking it all in. And one of the special speakers that they had was the founder of Stripe, and he was very moving. I mean, I have to say, it was very powerful, his story and the mission and the reasoning behind bringing that company to the world and giving people an opportunity to hold on to their Bitcoin or whatever cryptocurrency, but specifically, obviously, it was the Bitcoin conference, so it was all about the B. Not having
It's all about the B, Mark.
about the B. So you have the opportunity to use that to get a loan, and then in his story, go buy a house and use it to be able to live off of, but not have to sell it. You can hold it. So in this scenario, let's say you're newer to cryptocurrency. You have some Bitcoin, but you're not in a position to get a loan to buy a whole house with it. But you want to invest and you want to be in the game and you want to be in real estate and you want to make your money grow. So with myBlock, as far as I'm understanding with how Ty and Mark are explaining it today, you have an opportunity to buy a token, which would be a fractionalized ownership of a specific property or multiple properties. Have that money working for you, but you don't have to sell your crypto. You can hold on to it and get a loan. You can use the token that you've purchased now through myBlock to go get a loan to do something else, because now your token has value as well as the rest of your cryptocurrency that you have. So I'm looking at kind of like all the different plays, and then like I said, in this the speech that he gave, it was very moving for people to have an opportunity to be a part of the real estate space and not be like shut out, so we are participating and giving people an opportunity, which I think is awesome.
Yeah, you can utilize your crypto holdings, and I heard this. I don't know where I heard this, but I heard it in the last couple of days. It's pretty simple. You take your Bitcoin, it's like a piece of real estate somewhere else. You can hold on to it forever. You don't, and you own it. And to get money or to get a loan on it, you don't have to sell your property. You're right. So if you own half a town, you keep half your town, you take a baby loan out on it. It's the same thing with like a Bitcoin. It's property. You take a loan off of it and you take that and you not necessarily live on it. You can, but you either can live on it and or you can buy more assets. It's pretty simple.
There you go.
And that in a nutshell is, you get that, you get some stable coins. Your stable coins need a destination. Destination is a property on myBlock, and there you go. Right? So there, and you get everything that goes along with that. You have your quote unquote volatility that people want to see and they want to, have that. And they also want stability of real estate. And you get a good deal and you have the appreciation there and everything else that goes along with it. So to add on to what Jen just said, I think, Mark, that it's a beautiful thing. My teacher.
We're all learning together.
We're all learning together.
I love it. On that note, thank you guys so much for being with us. I hope you are learning right along with us. And of course, be sure to subscribe, follow us. There's going to be an email shown after the episode here. See if you guys have any questions. If you want to just give us a shout out and let us know that you're interested, you want to participate. If you think we're crazy, whatever you want to say, just get involved in the conversation. We're happy to hear from you, and we'll see you guys on the next one. I'm Jen Day saying good day and good night.
Hey, good Mark. See ya.